Good morning.
Good morning, Bree, and good morning to all of our viewers. It is Mecum in the morning, Saturday, July 13th, the fourth and final day here at Mecum's Florida Summer Special.
And it's episode 9.
Episode 9, almost to double digits.
Are you excited about that?
So excited.
We've gotten along for 9 episodes. The energy between you and me is just getting better and better. I can't even wait to see what Harrisburg brings.
So much is in store, and of course, as a reminder, Mecum in the Morning will return for the day 1 of Harrisburg coming up in just 2 weeks, but obviously so much is in store for today here at the Osceola Heritage Park Fairgrounds. On the docket for the rundown today, there will be 323 vehicles slated to cross the auction block. That contains vehicles from 5 different collections, and there's also 31 pieces of road art.
Is there anything in the road art that you're interested in?
Always the neon signs.
Always
the neon signs. The tractors. We have some tractors that we talked about. We heard them rumble up
this
starting
morning.
up.
What brand are those tractors?
Lamborghini
tractors, folks. I didn't even know that Lamborghini made tractors until joining Mecum, and the color of I think we could have fun on those.
So much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. I think a race is in order.
I think I volunteered us to race carts, minion bikes, rocket ships, now tractors. We're just going to start a funky racing program.
Well, also as part of our follow-up conversation, we talked yesterday on the show about how your son Braden purchased a car.
We did.
And I know you were with him not only on the block, but also for the rest of the process. What was it like after the block experience?
So this is Braden's first experience buying a car. He didn't really need me there, but I said, hey, Mom's just going to come and walk through the process. And actually, it was quite easy. It's easier than when you're sitting in a dealership. I think it's, because of just how everything's put together here. He went and did the final paperwork with MFS in the morning, Mecum Financial Services in the morning. Then he went and did the settlement process, and then he got his paper tags, because we're driving it back home today to Wisconsin. So we have 19 hours and 41 minutes to drive that beautiful Mercedes from here in Florida to Wisconsin. I'm excited. This will be my first road trip with my son in a vehicle that he owns. I did just ask him before the show started if we can have the top down, but we can't apparently because we have so much luggage that we have to save space for, but it's still gonna be a fun adventure. Probably listen to some Celine Dion and maybe some Dolly Parton on the way.
All right, well, as also part of our follow-up conversation, we have a little bit of an update on the rockets that we talked about yesterday, the amusement rides.
Yeah.
And I know we both kind of picked our favorite one. You picked red, which sold for $1,200, and my preferred one, the blue one, sold for $1,100. But regardless of the price, just what a unique piece, and again, just part of the eclectic mix that makes up Mecum Road Art.
What I would like to do is figure out who are the people that are buying these amazing pieces of road art and what their plans are for them. So maybe you and I could do some follow-up, or maybe you could do that on the move, is find out who these buyers are and go visit their homes or their shops where they end up putting rocket ships.
Yeah, if you're a road art collector and you are all about the amusement rides or the coin op or the neon signs, drop us a comment, drop us a picture of your collection, your garage, and like Breon said, maybe we'll come out and profile you and your story and hear a little bit more about what it's like to be a road art collector.
Yeah, one of our lead auctioneer, Jimmy Landis, is actually a huge road art collector, and he has invited us out to his place in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get there this next go around for Harrisburg, but we will make sure we put a visit there and share with everyone Jimmy's crazy road art collection.
Something else that crossed the block yesterday was the Sears motorcycle that our producer Alyssa spotlighted, and this was a stunning piece. I know it got a lot of attention. There it is on the block there. It did not sell. It's still available through Bid Goes On, so if that catches your eye, you can certainly still have the opportunity to purchase it. Something that did sell was the 1925 Harley Davidson with the sidecar that was part of the Highway Highlights from earlier this week.
And it went for a steal, honestly. I was standing there as both of those motorcycles rolled down the block, and it's so hard for me, being a motorcycle enthusiast that I am, not trying to add both of those pieces to my collection. However, all the motorcycles I buy, I ride really hard, so maybe not nice, expensive motorcycles that are meant to be collector's pieces.
And we talked about this earlier in the week. The sidecar, is that the perfect size for Prince Frederick?
It is. I mean, honestly, he does prefer to be around me, so they do make doggy backpacks, though, with little doggles.
Right,
Dog goggles.
The goggles,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
So that's what his preferred method of transportation on a motorcycle with me. But I think he would fit nicely in the sidecar with Braden.
All right, well, let's talk about today's highway highlights and a little bit more of a recap of what sold earlier in the week, but it was a large collection of Kawasaki's. And I know, Breon, you were kind of caught off guard with both the quantity and the quality of these pieces.
Not only that, but some of the motorcycles, this is again from the Hendrix collection. I had a chance to speak with the owner. He works with a few restoration places that focus on motorcycles, and they were restored to perfection. I actually made it so I was not available when they rolled down the block because I knew I wouldn't be able to contain myself. The KX125, I think it sold for $3,300, and that's such a steal. That thing is in pristine condition. I know if I owned it, I would end up riding it right through the dirt and the mud and trying to, take it off some whoops or whatever. But a beautiful collection. I hope whoever bought those Kawasaki's really does get some enjoyment out of them and rides them to their fullest.
Another highway highlight that definitely fits into the overall Florida vibe is a yacht. Speaking of just the diverse assortment of vehicles of all kinds that are crossing the block. We talked about that motor coach yesterday. We've talked about obviously two-wheeled. We talked about the Minion bike, all kinds of crazy things. In addition to your standard or traditional classic car, you're always going to find something unique here, and that's the case with this brand new boat. It's a 2024 Carrera Power Boats, 320cc classic, 32-foot long luxury yacht. Looks gorgeous. Again, that brand new model year. Looks like this thing is definitely set up for some summer cruising.
If you had a boat, what would you name it?
It's a great question. I think I would call it maybe like Honeywell.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Honeywell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about before the show, I'm a big fan of honey. So
Yeah.
like just, something sweet. It's a sweet ride.
It's a
So
I would probably call it Little B. I have Braden, I have me,
Right.
Breon, and
Right.
the yacht would be Little B.
makes sense.
Yeah, it would have been perfect for the 4th of July. We actually got to take my aunt and uncle's boat out, which actually looks very similar to that. So it would have been really nice to have sitting alongside while we were cruising the islands out by Tarpon Springs.
And that consignment is crossing the block today on Saturday as lot number S314. So if that catches your eye, you can certainly tune into that on the live stream. And of course, if you're here, you can find that crossing the block later this afternoon.
Or if you want to buy it for us as a present, we don't say no to gifts.
We don't say no to gifts. All right, well, our third and final highway highlight for today is a little bit of a special story as when we were out capturing some of the B-roll for these packages, one of the trucks here caught the eye of our producer Alyssa, and she was able to catch up with the owner, and he filled her in a little bit more on its story.
This is my unit, and this is me, Fred Metros. It has the original interior. It's got a specially designed gearbox and five speed. The front end was built specifically to handle the worst possible terrain. It had to be. These are Rancher 9000 shocks, basically to raise the vehicle when you're coming down a hill on the back and lower the front end when you're coming up the hill. So it has the best stability. Even the front bumper and the push guards were made basically to handle the worst possible type of terrain. As you can see underneath, it's got a specially designed front end. Came with the onboard air compression system for your shocks. It also came with tri-horns. If your CB didn't work, which it's got, the horns will blast through and let know people miles away that you need help. This thing has a specially built gas tank right here, and that gives you your extra 15 gallons of gas. It also has a 1/4-inch plate steel that's holding this and your mud flaps together for anything that might hit. Everything on this truck is factory stock. Been rebuilt by me or replaced by me. Nothing is different. This trailer was designed to accompany the truck at all times. I'm selling it because I have to. I can't keep it in the garage anymore. I'm killing something. I'm the worst type of motorhead. I'm turning around and having something that's so beautiful stay in the garage. I don't want it to be one of these barn finds. I want it to be something other than. And the whole idea is to get this to a home. That's why I picked Mecum. I want the world to see my twin brother's truck. This is the last thing I've got of his. I can't take it out. I don't go to cars, so I don't do anything. I need the world to see it. And this is the best idea I came up with.
So much passion and so many memories with that truck, Breon. You know, Fred really has a deep connection to that truck, and obviously how it reminds him and connects him with his brother. And I gotta say, I had a chance to look at the truck yesterday, and he has really set it up for some serious off-roading, which is so fantastic to see those Toyota trucks, because that's
used for their purpose.
Used for their purpose, and then obviously the added bonus of how he set up the trailer to match. So it really is a very capable rig for someone that wants to take it off-road. Although I know it's hard to do, it's hard to want to do that just because of how meticulous the restoration was. But
luckily, I don't think there's going to be a zombie apocalypse anytime soon. But what would you use for supplies? Like, what would you put in there to help combat the zombies?
The zombies?
Yeah.
I think I would put in an assortment of different bright lights. That would be my strategy. Like, just because in that way I'd like ring the truck at night so that I had bright lighting. I don't know, I feel like zombies don't like bright lights. Is that true?
I don't know. I've never met a zombie, and I've never been able to ask
I missed
them.
the Walking Dead series, so I missed out on all the education about zombie preparedness.
I would fill the back of the truck with Cheetos. Because once
Okay.
they eat them, then they need
Like
want to
a ball
lick their
pit?
fingers, and they'd be too busy licking their fingers from the Cheeto dust that they wouldn't be able to come and get you. No?
But like a ball pit though? Like fill it that high?
No, like bags of it. So you
Oh.
have because you have to hear them opening the bags, and then you know that they're behind you.
You've thought way too much about this, but I love the creativity. But a great piece, and that did cross the block yesterday, and it is still available through Bid Goes On. If that catches your eye, and you love the Toyota truck, and you
Or
love
if
the
you
story.
want to get ready for a zombie apocalypse, head on over to the Bid Goes On. It's actually located. We have two locations here.
Yeah.
One is located at the end of the block, just right behind us, and the other one is in the ticket area. Correct?
Correct.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about Mecum education, Breon. So we always try to use the Mecum in the Morning show as an opportunity to fill our viewers in a little bit on what goes on behind the scenes. And today we have a very special package with Matt Morvac, one of our main auctioneers. That's a crowd favorite. I think they call him Matt in a Hat.
Because he wears a hat, Matt.
Correct. And I got to say, I like the guy already. I mean,
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
The
But
name.
he really is a great addition to the Mecum auction experience. He has a lot of personality and charisma. And here's a special tour with Matt of what goes on both on the block and behind it.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm Matt Morvick with Mecum Auctions, one of your auctioneers that serves you throughout the week when you come to a Mecum Live auction. We're going to give you a fast little tour of what happens behind the scenes. We're going to go and look at the block and look at it from an auctioneer's point of view. Follow me. So we're passing by the TV station where our announcers during the show will give you the live coverage of the auction as it moves on. This is our clerical station. All of our internet bids come in from this little clerical block right here. Our clerks there relay those internet bids into us from the block. Let's take a look at the block.
You want $20,000, gentlemen? $20,000.
Watch your step.
You want it
Coming up on the block, we have Violet Station here. All of our clerical reasons go through Violet Station.
You want to own it?
This is the auctioneer's block. Auctioneer, reader, everything that's described on the vehicle has gone through his paperwork. This is our viewing screen of all the internet bids, of all of our proxy bids, anything else that comes in from the internet. Bid screens here, live and current asking bids. Below, the man, the president himself, Mr. Dana Mecum, has his desk bound below. Let's go look, take a quick look at that. Down here, we refer to this as the bullpen. It's where Dana hangs out. A lot of information there. Not a whole lot goes on, but more goes on than what you think. Moving up, this is a phone stand. Our phone bids come in here. All of our registration details come through this block. So this is kind of the, I want to really call it the nucleus, but a lot goes on up here. A lot of our black shirts hang up on this area. But that's a quick tour. We're going to go take one little look behind the scenes. So of our IT, social media, All the inner workings of sound, lighting, and everything comes from this side of the room. There's marquee lighting and sound, everything that goes through all the wire system in here. Social media tables back here, so you guys get to follow us even when you can't make it to the auctions. But that's a quick behind-the-scenes tour. I hope you enjoyed it.
I hope everyone enjoyed that little sneak peek. Sometimes when you're in front of the block or you come here as a customer, you don't really realize how much of a production it is getting everything ready, but just even the process as the day goes on and all the happenings behind the stage. I know a lot of our event teams and our IT and our TV teams come here sometimes even a week early, depending on how large scale the auction event is. So Matt, thank you for giving everyone a behind the scenes tour of what happens behind the block. Yesterday, we touched a little bit on one of our other aspects of our business here at Mecum, and that was Mecum On Time. A little history or tidbits about Mecum On Time. Mecum was founded in 2018 and became a dedicated Mecum division in 2022. And this all happened right before the pandemic. And when live auctions and live events weren't really a thing because of COVID and everything, we really wanted to figure out a way how to keep business going, so we put a lot of effort into the live, always on auctions, and that's through our platform, Mecum On Time /Mecum.com. So ran successfully. They're going. There's continuous auctions all the time. The thing is for this, registration is simple and it's free. It takes a couple minutes. I've done it myself. I know Laura, who works for us back at the office, she actually just purchased some items for her dad at auctions, so she was really excited about it. Right now, we have 9,200 registered bidders, so they can go on anytime, whatever auction it is. It's not a registration every time. Once you've opened up an account, you're good to go and good to bid on any auction. Currently, there's over 11 auctions currently live with over 1,400 lots that are currently open for bidding. All of them are at no reserve, but it really just depends on the collection that we're selling. But right now, all 11 auctions are all currently going at no reserve. To win on time, you have to visit ontime.mecum.com. One of the auctions that I want to focus on right now, and I mentioned it briefly yesterday in the show, was the Burbach trailer auction. Right now, there's 800 pieces of Ford and New Holland tractors that are available. They've got tools and parts that are non-opened, so non-used tools and tractor parts. Don't miss out on the opportunity. And again, if you can't make it to one of our auctions, here, you can't always bid online or over the phone for any of our auctions and our cars and vehicles, but you can also visit Mecum On Time and buy some tractor parts or some other collectible items.
And this is really a great way, Brian, for collectors to entry. If you're just starting out, this is a great way to start a collection because it is smaller pieces, a little bit more affordable. I think we currently have some checks signed by Carol Shelby, so it's one of those where it's like, if you're not ready to purchase, let's say, a 427 Shelby Cobra,
which we all should be ready for.
Which we all should be, yeah. but it's just one of those. But yet you still are a fan of his work, and you're working towards that goal. This is a great way to start a collection by acquiring memorabilia in smaller pieces that look great in an office or garage.
I had an opportunity, one of my first weeks at Mecum when I was working at headquarters, to tour the On Time location. It's right next to our headquarters, our building, and it's amazing the rows and rows of items that they have for sale, and they're constantly just getting new stuff in every day. So maybe you don't find something today, check again tomorrow.
And the team works so hard with presenting the items, I'm saying with the clear photography, and it's great to scroll through there and really find some neat pieces that you can't really sometimes find anywhere else.
Yeah, you find these little nuggets you didn't even realize that was out there. So I would say definitely go online, register to bid. Again, it's free, and see if there's anything out there that you would like, or maybe to buy as a gift for your mom, your dad, or your grandpa.
Or yourself.
Or, well, of course, always purchase for yourself, Matt.
All week long, we've been telling you guys that we are looking at our social comments, and we love hearing from our viewers. I know I was spending last night going through some of the comments about some of the shows this week, and earlier in the week on one of our Mecum in the Morning shows, we asked for some of the vehicles that you guys want to see profiled. Here they are. Now I'm on the hunt to go find all those unique rides. Tractor guy Jim wanted to see some tractors, and to that I say we've got several, including this gorgeous pair of blue and orange Lamborghinis. Concord Customs sent in this one. It's a 1957 Chevrolet 210. Now, full disclosure, they are the shop that put together this bad boy. And hey, I gotta be honest, if I assembled something as cool as this, I'd be talking about it too. Normally these Tri-5s are full of chrome and bright colors, but they've chosen to black out everything. Now the crown jewel is by far what's underneath the hood. That is a modern LSA V8 with one of my favorite touches also being how they relocated this gauge pod from ahead of the steering wheel to the middle of the dash. What? This is sinister. A full features coming on that one on Mecum Social. You better be following. Jordan Meyer pointed out that this 2000 Cadillac DeVille sold for less than $1 per pound when it crossed the block on Wednesday and selling for $3,850. Now, I don't know the exact weight of this classy caddy, but looking at how hefty he is, he's probably right. And one of the neat things is that there's room for the entire family or the prom party with a first row of seating, a middle row of seating, and the third. Truck Rodeo wanted to see some classic trucks, but they distinctly said no resto mods. And to that I say, I got you, Truck Rodeo, with room for the whole crew. Lack of Vanity wanted a closer look at this stunning 1947 Chrysler Windsor Highlander convertible. But I gotta be honest with you, I'm not sure if they wanted to look at this gorgeous vehicle or a very unique accessory. Check out what's on the dash. There's a tobacco pipe holder, and I don't know, so someone let me know in the comments, was this a factory installed option? We're always watching and checking out our social comments, so if there's something that you want to see highlighted, be sure to drop a comment across all of them: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. And if you come out to the auction, make sure you say hi to me and Breon. So a really diverse group, Breon, but definitely some cars worth spotlighting. I mean, that limo, we were talking about it a little bit.
$3,800 to take home a Cadillac limousine. What the heck?
And as I said in the piece there, I don't know. I know the viewer who submitted that was Jordan Meyer, and his comment was, sold for less than $1 per pound, which I'd have to believe because I don't know how the weight of that, but that seems like pretty spot on, I would think. So.
Well, the video was rolling. I was telling, Braden, I was like, maybe we should have bought that because that would have been a really comfortable ride home back to Wisconsin. Probably too comfortable.
But we did get a lot of comments about trucks, obviously the truck market.
Trucks and all trucks.
Trucks. Classic trucks, the OBS, the square bodies, they continue to be red hot with collectors. And it was interesting, some of the comments were about trucks. I know the one that I mentioned from Truck Rodeo was classic trucks, but no resto mods, only because the truck market is so diverse that resto mods have commanded so much attention. I think now some of the enthusiasts want to get back to how they were stocked, but obviously lots of great haulers here across the block. Yeah,
we still have a day left, so if you're sitting at home and you're catching us here at Mecum in the morning, tickets are available. You can register to bid. I wouldn't even say, I think we never say no to a consignment, so maybe you've decided at the last minute you want to consign something, but we still have a full day left. You can hear the crew behind us gearing up, getting ready to start road art pretty soon.
So as always, drop us a comment across all of Mecum's social channels. We do keep an eye out for those. Again, if it's feedback about the show, vehicles that are coming to an auction that you would like a closer look, either myself or Breon to spotlight. And certainly if you are coming out today to the Osceola Heritage Park Fairgrounds, and if you see Breon or myself, be sure to say hi. Or talk to Breon about her Cheeto zombie strategy. There's probably a whole lot more there to find out.
I would love to hear people's thoughts on how they would combat zombies. It's also your last chance during the auction to buy the event tee that I wore yesterday with the alligator and
the Dodge Viper. I feel like that was a trick question. I'm not sure why.
I wanted to make sure you remembered. So if you're coming and you wanted that event tee, make sure you get in as soon as you can and get it. I love it. I got a lot of compliments on it yesterday. So come on over, buy a truck, a zombie apocalypse truck, buy an event tee, give Matt and I a high five, let us know what you'd like to see in the future, register online for on time. There's a lot of things that people can do today.
And as you can tell behind us, it is all revving up very quickly, as well as be sure to tune in. Mecum in the Morning will be back for day one of Harrisburg. Before we get there, Breon, we have a special little project between now and then.
We do. It's like we can't get enough of each other at the auction. We decide to spend other weekends together doing what?
we attend some of the other great automotive events that are happening, and Breon and myself will be on the move attending the Syracuse Nationals next week in Syracuse, New York. I've never been.
Either am I. I'm
Breon,
really excited.
I'm really looking forward to it, and a little highlight is that I know Dave Kindig is going to be there with K-Dog or Kev Dog from Bitchin' Rides on Motor Trend. I'm going to try to catch up with him for a special interview. The reason I bring this up is we have one of his special Corvette resto mods that have caused all kinds of attention coming to Harrisburg. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. And as always, have a great day. We hope to see you at the auction. The live stream will be starting in just a couple of moments at Mecum.com. And of course, all this great live TV coverage will be kicking off at noon Eastern on Max.com.